Welcome back to GlitchGaming, my lovelies. It's a very dark and stormy night outside tonight, so I thought it would be a perfect night to play one of my favorite games from one of my favorite series of all time, The Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen 2. Now technically, this is the fourth game in the Legacy of Kain series, which started with Blood Omen, and then Soul Reaver and Soul Reaver 2, then this game, and then the final game, which was called Defiance. But this is one of my favorite because it's just so utterly brutal and vicious and bloody and gory, and plus I just love being a vampire, so we're gonna play this. It is kind of slow to start, and there's a lot of story and cutscene and whatnot to it, but it's a really fun game to play. There's a lot of quiet sections during the gameplay, so we're going to try and get through those as best as possible, but it's a really awesome game with a really awesome storyline behind it, so we're going to get right in and start this epic journey together. Now, this is the opening battle between Kain and the vampires against the Seraphan Lord and his army. And we get hurt. We lose the Soul Reaver, which is that sword, and we're out for about 200 years, I think, before we finally wake back up. 400 years after the nobleman Kain was cursed to walk the night as a vampire, and centuries before Kain would rule the wasteland of Nosgoth with his lieutenant Reziel, his path of conquest is stopped by a new enemy. The pillars of Nosgoth lie in ruin, vampires roam the land once again, and the legacy of Kain continues.
From the shards of tattered dreams I rose, unwilling, tossed upon tides of pain that flowed and ebbed and left me searingly awake, and more revoltingly, alive. It was then I saw her for the first time.
Good evening. We did not expect you to awaken so soon. Already you surprise us.
My mind was in fragments like shattered glass. Where am I? I don't remember.
Yes. It was said your memory would be affected by your long slumber. That will pass in time. I am Uma, and I am here to help you.
Are you now?
Know that your name is Kain, and you were once a power in the land.
I know my name.
Sure,
My
woman.
past, I remember fragments only.
I love the model design they used for this game for Kain.
When we found you, there was but the barest thread of life.
He just
left
looks like
in you.
so much of a badass.
We nurtured it, fed it, and now you rise and walk again.
And what is this place?
You are in the city of Meridian, capital of the land of Nosgoth, the land you once sought to conquer and rule. Tell me, since you remember your name, do you also remember your nature?
Of course.
Then let me show you the future. You have been asleep for 200 years. In that time, this is what has become of Nosgoth.
Nobody could just wake me up. I guess he was unconscious or in a coma or something. Not just sleeping for 200 years.
You were a great general, commanding an army of vampires, but the powers you opposed were too strong for you. You were struck down, your armies defeated, scattered, and destroyed. Everyone believed you to be dead.
Who defeated me?
The Seraphan, an army of fanatical humans sworn to eradicate all vampires from the world. A new leader brought them together, and wielding a new kind of magic, deadly to our kind, was able to destroy your army and kill most of the vampires. You were defeated in mortal combat by this leader, the Seraphan.
Mortal Kombat.
But that is not the end of the story. Under the guise of protecting the land from the vampire menace, the Seraphan seized control of all of Nosgoth, and their rule is not kind. For 200 years, the Seraphan have enslaved the humans under their iron rule, and hunted down and destroyed
Told you
every
there'd be a
vampire
lot
they
of
could find.
dialogue. Sorry, guys.
They have not succeeded.
Trying not to talk over the
Not
conversation
yet.
here.
And now, with your help, it is our hope to crush the Seraphan and restore order to the city.
The natural order. Vampires preying upon humans.
Naturally.
You said our hope. Who are you?
We are the Cabal, the vampire resistance. We work to undermine the Seraphan at every turn. But we are losing. With the new magic they employ, the glyph magic, they are able to find us and kill us. Our numbers are dwindling. Without help, we will not survive. We need you, Kain.
Of course you did not bring me back simply out of kindness. There must be a price.
We need you to help the
God, this is
resistance.
a long-ass
Our
intro.
faces are known. They kill us on sight. But you are ancient history, long since dead and buried. You can go where we cannot. That gives us a small advantage.
How splendid for you. And why do you suppose I would do this? What is to be my reward? Your eternal gratitude.
Have you changed so much? The Seraphan Lord defeated you. Don't you want to kill him? When you have destroyed him, you can continue your ascent to power, restore your army, and rule the land at last. Does the lust for vengeance and power no longer stir you? Are you so dead?
I seem to remember that I played
Not
the
all
pawn
means
once
dead.
before. It ended badly.
This time, you will prevail. We are simply your allies, not your betrayers. What we want from you is
God
open
damn, this
and
whole
plain,
episode has
with
been
no hidden paths.
cutscene.
If you succeed,
Very
so
sorry
be
about
it.
that, guys. We'll
You
go a little
asked
bit
me
longer
to
this time,
trust you.
We must trust one
just to
another.
get into the beginning of the game.
Together, we can defeat the Seraphan Lord. Once he is dead, his order will collapse. Mindless fools that they are. But there are dangers other than the Seraphan which must be overcome.
I care not for any dangers. They will fear me, do you hear? Tell me where to find the Seraphan Lord. I'll have him buried within the hour.
Such arrogance. If it were so easy, we would have done it ourselves, Kain.
Yeah,
And you
asshole.
are far too weak to fight him yet. He is protected, too, by other vampires.
Vampires in service to the Seraphan, are they mad?
They value their
of them.
lives. While they serve the Seraphan Lord, he lets them live.
I will enjoy destroying them.
You would be lucky to survive one such encounter until you grow stronger. But should you prevail, then you will be able to absorb their veins and thus gain new abilities. To our kind, these are called the Dark Gifts.
I look forward to meeting these traitors to our kind. My senses spun. My body ached. Weakness overcame me.
You have the thirst upon you. Come, vampire. It is time for you to feed.
Alright, alright.
Yes.
Alright, so chapter 1, The Slums. Now that all that crappy dialogue's out of the way, of course there's going to be more dialogue, but the Legacy of Kain series, it's one long story that twists around itself through time and space and dimension and whatnot. There's a lot of storytelling in it, so there's going to be a lot of cutscenes.
Kain, do not be afraid.
But we'll try and get as far as we can in the first episode, despite all of these intro cutscenes and tutorials and crap like that. So I apologize that 10 minutes of this has been cutscene, but
I remember now.
we'll
She had been in my
we'll get through it.
thoughts. I almost
And if
believed
you
I
stick with me,
wronged her myself.
I would appreciate it.
Never fear. I cannot read your thoughts, but only speak into your mind and hear you in return. Now, proceed down this street. I shall be waiting.
Alright, 10 minutes in and we are finally into the actual game. Thank God. Look at that. This is brutal. Kicking them while they're down. Totally unnecessary.
Welcome to the slums, Cain. We are in the oldest and most decrepit part of the city, where few people dare to
At
come.
the shithole.
A perfect place to train you.
Train me? Do you take me for a dog?
Your memory has been shattered, and your body has lain dormant for 200 years. What skills you had must be recovered before you can be of any use to the Cabal. You must learn to fight and to survive.
I thought you were taking me to feed.
More cutscene.
Patience, vampire. First, know that you are stronger and faster than mortal men.
No doubt.
Able to jump higher and farther than any human that ever lived. When your path is blocked, seek for a place to jump. Now, join me up here. Excellent.
Of course, we have to go through tutorial
You also
crap.
have the ability to float. When you are on a ledge, such as this one, you may land silently and carefully by floating down. This will be important when I train you to kill. Now, follow me.
She would discover I needed little training in how to kill.
Lever, looking for lever.
The city is a labyrinth.
All the better for a hunting ground. Tell me, Cain, are you hungry?
Yes.
Can I have a
have a
cheeseburger?
prisoner waiting for you down below. A thug from a local gang of criminals. He sought to murder yet another helpless victim, but he met me instead.
Spare me the moral anecdote and direct me to his throat.
Drink then.
That was a stupid
I will
line.
be waiting below.
It's so awesome.
I see you are restored.
I am.
Blood is your life. Without it, you will die. If you are wounded, seek out blood to restore your vitality. You must know, too, that by drinking the blood of others, you will gradually become stronger and harder to kill. We call this a vampire's lore. The more creatures you drink from, the more lore you will gain, and the greater your health will become. Leave no enemy alive, Cain. You will need their blood and their lore to survive. Now, let us continue.
And we just leveled up. I love how they level up in this. Really awesome animation. Love it. I love how his eyes glow when he's feeding as well. It's just an awesome added effect.
While we are superior to humans in many ways, we also have certain weaknesses that they do not possess. Though it is life-giving to humans, water is deadly to vampires. Its touch burns our skin. Immersion in water can kill us. Avoid it at all costs. Also know that scattered throughout Meridian are
Conveniently
relics
left
of our
behind.
ancestors. Useless to humans, only vampires can access these coffers and use the power within. Seek these out on your journey.
I don't know why it's running so slow. I'll figure that out later. Shouldn't be running so slow.
I spoke before of our mortal enemies, the Seraphan. It is their sworn crusade to destroy all vampires, and for this they have developed special defenses. You see here a ward gate.
What precisely does it do?
Should you so much as touch it, you will be burned as by fire. The Seraphan have raised these wards throughout Meridian. We can go no farther this way. Follow me into the sewer.
Yeah, I wish I could figure out why I was running so slow. Really annoying.
Your ability to survive will depend upon your ability to fight. It's time for you to learn how to kill. Your first line of defense is your agility. You can dodge around an opponent using your inhuman speed. You can also defend yourself by blocking attacks. I shall now strike at you. Do not be concerned. I shan't use my claws. Block my attacks, and we can proceed to the next lesson.
This is a really boring part of the game. There's nothing you can do about it, though.
We are all armed with a natural weapon, our claws. Use them to kill your enemies. You can practice by attacking me.
I'll attack you, baby.
If you see an enemy become tired, use this opportunity to grab him. Once grabbed, you can throw him a great distance. Excellent. Your lesson is over for the moment. Continue through the sewer, and I shall meet you again shortly.
Alright, well I think I'm going to leave this first video here for now. If you enjoy this series, if you want to see more of it, let me know. Give me a like or a comment. I'm enjoying it so far. I need to figure out what's going on with the slowdown in some areas where my frame rate suddenly drops to like 30 or 40 for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. But I'll figure it out by the next episode. And we'll see you again on the next one.